Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Happy Saturday. Hope everybody is doing well this morning. Nice to see you. You guys are wondering why I am tardy. I had to listen to who was voted off the island last night. I had to listen to who was voted off the island last night. And not only that, but we have a late night tonight. And many of you guys know if I have a late night tonight, then we're coming on late in the morning, right? Because I've got to stay up later than I usually do. Because tonight is, we're going to Bullhorn Betty Club, right? We're going to go clubbing. We're going to go clubbing tonight on Saturday night for all of us homebodies. And we're going to have fun laughing. And we want to invite our gal pals and our guys and come and have some fun. That's what we want to do. But we're doing that tonight at 8 o'clock, right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Do not miss a thing. You want to be part of the crew? Be part of the crew. Good morning, Ronnie. First person in the morning to say good morning. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Martha, good morning. Swiss Miss, Crazy Nurse, Vape King, Karen Davis, and Crazy Nurse. Hello. Good morning, Sec 2, number 1. Stephanie, good morning. Anissa, good morning. Where's your amnesia? I get the real Anissa. I want the amnesia where you forget. We'll have amnesia tonight, right? We'll have amnesia tonight around 8 o'clock. We'll forget about everything. I have too much fun with you guys. I really do. Just watching everything. Good morning. I love the name. What else do we have? Karen G, nice to see you. Dazed and confused. Sage, good morning, Lovebug. Hope everybody is doing well. Sonia, nice to see you in here. Patricia Sell, nice to see you, honey. Let's see who else we have in here. I just jumped up on me, so if I missed a few. Toaster Evan, nice to see you, dear. Glad to see you over here. What else do we have? Pickin'. Did you guys like the photo? The person that sent me that photo also sent me the matching Fiona, but I didn't want to put the Fiona up there. So Juju, good morning. Aw, in the hospital. Yep, but you can come if you're able to watch tonight at 8. We're gonna have it, and you may not want to come if it hurts to laugh, because we always have a good time. Carla Anderson, good morning. Don't forget to go over, check. Oh, geez. Yeah, now why don't you tell her to let Bullhorn Betty pick the person that's going to be, maybe we need to do fundraiser over here. If she's willing to take it, we will find a way to pay for it, but it's going to be somebody that I choose. Right? Oh Lord. Rose Petal, good morning. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a little minute. Suzette, you as well? Beverly, good morning. Who else did I? Zoe, nice to see you. And Tammy. Oh, Leslie, good morning. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. That's okay, Jackie. That's okay. We know you're here. We're happy. We have a lot of people that come here and just watch, and because there's sad times, the chats can be a little chaotic. Let's be honest. You are on the Bullhorn Betty channel, so we try to keep that down as much as possible. We have a lot of great mods, but we attract the crazies, right? We follow the crazies and we attract the crazies. So, good morning, Rebecca. It's nice to see you. Alice, good morning as well. Oh, Susiana, our friend from Louisiana, our Cajun gal. She cooks well too. I had her cooking. So this morning kind of sucked. I have to be honest with you. So last night was horrible. I absolutely, many of you guys know, I was very, very excited for this fundraiser with Share. Well, I don't want to go into any kind of anything that's going on with me. I was in severe pain last night, absolutely severe pain. So from about 6 o'clock on, I was pretty much laying in bed yesterday and was not feeling too well. And so when she went on, I thought it was going to be right around 8:30ish. I guess she didn't go on until into 9 o'clock. I popped in. I wanted to wish everybody luck. I hope she reached her goal and everything like that. But I was looking so forward to having fun with all you guys. I'm sorry I was absent. Good morning, Crystal. I see you. I see you. You know, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it last night. I ended up, I stayed up as long as I could, long enough to say hi in the chat. And after that, I was done for the night. I was done for the night. And then this morning I feel much better. I go into the kitchen and I, set up the coffee. Like, I've got to have coffee. I am like this. We're not just called the coffee club for a reason. Like, this truly is my addictive beverage, hands down, without fail. Like, I am a coffee junkie. Okay. At this point, it is past, addicted to coffee. I am absolutely a coffee junkie. And so I go in there, I set the whole coffee pot up, and I'm sitting there, I got a little bit of what was left over from yesterday from I think it was like my second or third pot of coffee. And so I'm sipping on that, and I finally get to the end of the cup, and I'm like, I need coffee. Like, this is, coffee was from yesterday. Like, I need some fresh coffee. I go in there, ready to get my piping hot cup of coffee. And I pick up the pitcher and it is empty. Now, this is like, mind you, this is like 20 minutes later, 15 or 20 minutes later. At this point, now I'm like dying for coffee. I forgot to push the start button this morning. I don't remember the last time I have made a critical mistake like that where I forgot to push start, but I did. And so that also helps. I am not getting out of bed until I am fully awake. Nature love, definitely my addiction too, right? And it sucks. Like, you're like, oh, you go in there and you're like, I'm done with this stale coffee. Let's be honest. It's stale coffee. Like, it's yesterday's coffee. It's stale. It's not, my coffee actually tastes good because I have the thermos, I'm not sure how many people, a lot of people use the Keurig. I get it. But for me, I drink entirely too much coffee. I would have, my bank account would be literally empty because of a Keurig addiction. So I have to go to a pot. But I have this, it's a thermos type of coffee maker. So it doesn't have the hot plate under it. It actually brews the coffee with the hot water into the pot. And the pot is insulated and will keep that coffee hot for literally 8 hours. It doesn't, and so it tastes like a fresh cup of coffee every time you pour it because it's not burnt. It doesn't, evaporate and get really thick. It stays in the thermos, and it's really, really good. But when it's cold in the morning, it's still cold coffee. It's still stale to me, right? Even though it tastes like just cold, fresh brewed. I don't know how to explain it, but this is my second real cup of coffee today. So guys, bear with me. So I started playing around with Google Earth just here in the last little bit. I really like it. I like being able to type in the address and kind of really get a lay of the land on Google Earth. I know some creators use it, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm just now experiencing with it, right? And so part of the experience is learning new things. And I didn't realize that they have projects on here. Like, we can build a map in place. Like, when we get these cases and say that, something's over here, or something's over here, we can go in that map and literally pin it. We can pin it on this map, right? And get a real bird's eye view of where everything is in conjunction. Yes. It's a kind of a cool concept. And I know it's been around forever, and I tried to use it in the past, but never could quite figure out, what I was doing or how I would apply it. Well, now in here, we can apply it. So last night I was inside there. I don't know if it kept it because I went to sign in this morning and both the projects that I started weren't there, but that was because I was on the Dell. I don't know if it saves it on my Mac. I think the files are on my Mac. That's why I couldn't get them off the Dell. So I guess that teaches me something too, not to keep the files on here, to actually download them to the Google Drive so I can use them from computer to computer. But anyways, long story short, we do have some projects that we are going to do, and I thought it was kind of interesting because, I really want to get with True Crime with Eve. You know, she's been kind of really spearheading this. I trust her. I've met her. I trust her integrity. I trust her to be fair, balanced, and you know, with her research. And so I believe she may already have a map that has stuff placed on it. But I thought, you know, and I still want to bring her back on here because we're not done with the Michael Vaughn case. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, I don't really know about it. I actually, if many of you guys don't know, we had sat down and went through the case one night on StreamYard, but we never broadcasted it. And of course, I didn't record it. So because we were talking about sensitive topics and sensitive subjects. But we were able to be, you know, video back and forth so we could like we were having a meeting. And she really taught me a lot. So I really want to bring her back on because I still think we need to be bringing a lot of awareness to this case as well. And there are several possibilities that could have happened in that case. And we definitely want to, you know, explore that case a lot more. There appears to be, you know, really only one way into that community and one way out on main roads. But this is, you know, outside of that community, it's all farmland. And there is farmland roads. Those are the dirt roads that have no name, that goes between some of these parcels, that can wind around to the river, that can go out to another street further out. So there is some possibilities. If somebody wanted to come in undetected and detected and wanted to leave undetected, they do have that ability, which makes it even more difficult because the possibilities have narrowed slightly. You know, they've done a lot of searches as to whether Michael Vaughn had wandered off. You know, there's a lot of cameras in and around that splash park. I don't know what's going on with this. It's taking entirely too long to open up. The splash park. Hold on one second. I think it's because I got that in there. There we go. This will work. Otherwise, my Google, oh, there it goes. Okay, so let me see if I got my projects on here. I do. So there's the projects that I'm actually looking at putting stuff together. And I thought, I thought it would be really interesting and we're not going to really do this today. We're probably going to open the phone lines up and just have a conversation today. We're not going to get too much into the weeds. I do want to show you, give you an update on what's going on the fan page of Doug Live. I also want to touch a little bit on Justice for Vaughn. It's a pretty crazy situation that is being covered more thoroughly by Marissa, Molly Golightly, and Justice for All, but it's still a very concerning case that I think everybody needs to be aware of. I know the subs, sometimes don't go back and forth between these channels, and that's okay. But we want to make sure that, things are exposed that need to be exposed. And Justice for Vaughn, in my opinion, is really one of those things. And Emma, good morning, Crime Stories Obsessed. You have got to look into, if you have not, this crazy case, Justice for Vaughn. I swear, this lady has lost her coconut. And it's terrifying and scary that there are people like her that exist in this world. And not only that, but actually go online and show they're crazy. And I'm surprised that there's not a bunch of these people, these exposer channels out here on YouTube. I'm surprised that they have not picked up on this crazy lady and done, a number on her after what she did to her husband, or what she's most likely, allegedly, could have possibly been implicated. Let me give the alphabet super of CYA, of Bullhorn Betty, so people don't tear every little word that comes out of my mouth apart. So whatever that may be, you get what I'm trying to say. But either way, it's just a crazy case. It's just a crazy case. And I'd actually like to have you on here sometime to talk about you. I did one yesterday with Guidance in Life with TLC where she had a very interesting story that resonated with a lot of women, very inspiring story that resonated with a lot of people. And I like to do that every now and again and showcase, someone. But you've been in the true crime industry, in a really long time. I mean, well, from my understanding, you've been out here for a little minute. And so I'm curious as to how you got into all this. You're our friend from across the pond and you do some really great work. And I love watching you. So I would like one day maybe just to get to know you a little better. Maybe let the audience get to know you a little better, where you came from, how you got here, where you're going, what you want, all those good things. So I'm not putting you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot. So I really would like to do something like that. Let's see here. What does it say? And being a paramedic too. And yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's very interesting, very interesting. If you guys have not gone out and liked this channel or this chat yet, please do so. It's free to tell me and the mods thank you for giving you guys a great viewing experience. We do love our audience, but we need help from our audience to grow. So if you guys can go out there and give us a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. We love it. And we also want to say a little prayer for Sepsis Kills Emma, our friend, another Emma from across the pond. She's been struggling here recently, and she's back in the hospital. So she's got, many of us have known and loved her, and she's just going through some medical stuff again. She hasn't been very healthy, but she keeps strong and she keeps fighting and she keeps moving on. So we just want to make sure that we give her a shout out, that we hope she gets well and she gets well soon. Oh, thank you. Of course I will. Yeah. Thank you. Please do. bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Love to connect. So, but anyways, getting back to the video here, not the video, but the map. So I was able to really kind of hone in on, some things. So here's where, this is the last sighting. So let me go over here. Hold on. So we got this is the last sighting of him. This is a community splash pad. There were some things that went on this day. And so I want you guys to research. We're not going to do this today because I want each of you guys to start researching these two cases, Cody Bigsby and Michael Vaughn. And we want to find out, and some of this stuff, especially for Michael Vaughn, a lot of it has been done. But the people that are in Idaho, if you guys want to be, trying to get some records that you can share with us, and those records would be, what kind of activity, what kind of calls were they having a week in and around the time that he went missing, right? We want to know that. We want to know, what kind of calls were called into his residence in the past 12 or 24 months. Those are things that'll help us. But if we can we really want to hone in for that day that he went missing, which I believe was July 27th. He went missing July 27th. So we want to see what stuff happened on, the late evening of July 26th into the late evening. So a 24-hour period from July 26th to July 27th of what happened. And I want to pin all these activities on this map so we can get a clear understanding of what happened the day he disappeared and what kind of police calls or paramedics or, fire departments, what kind of law enforcement activity happened in and around this community within the 24 hours of him disappearing. So that's really interesting. And then, of course, many of you guys know that Dolly went over to, I guess, Hampton, Virginia, and started looking into the Cody Bigsby case, which is really interesting because I'm trying to read and I don't even know, this is where I could use your help. I don't know if this is the area where his jacket was, a potential jacket. Nobody has come out to confirm that the clothing found in the wooded area was Cody's or not. It was just implied. But I don't know if, because this is kind of the area here that law enforcement was called to, right? This is the area that law enforcement was called to. And so I'm curious if this is the area where they may have found the jacket, or if this wooded area is the area that they found the jacket. Because when I read, it says they went around the residence to the back wooded area. But based upon here, I can't figure out which one of these properties is where Cody was. So that would probably determine the wooded area that they were talking about. And also with, Dolly being out there, it appears to me that he's looking to search this large green area here, which looks probable to somewhere where somebody would want to, so horrible, some of the stuff that goes on, but, put somebody if they were trying to hide them. But there's also this little patch here that's a little closer to the apartment complex that might be equally as interesting. The one thing that we heard about the clothes is that it was in the wooded area near the body of water. But on this map, you don't see a body of water. So it has to be up under the shrubbery from the camera. So anyways, let me see what kind of questions. Does anybody have any information that might be helpful either on the Cody Bigsby map or the Michael Vaughn map, because I heard that there were some things that were going on the day in question when Michael Vaughn disappeared, but I don't recall exactly what those were. And again, if True Crime with Eve is in chat and listening to this, let me know. I'd like to get with you and set up another, and I'll reach out to you too. I don't know why I haven't already, but I haven't been feeling the best here in the last, 24 hours or so. So if I don't hear from you, you'll hear from me in the next couple days, because I want another lesson, on this case. And we really did cover quite a lot. It was almost overload of the brain with all the information. And this case, not the Cody Bigsby case, but the Michael Vaughn case is actually pretty interesting. I mean, we all know that. I mean, it's been almost a year since that little boy disappeared, and we're trying to figure out what happened to him. In this, I mean, as you can see, there's a huge community there. I mean, this is not a small community. I mean, has a small population. This is a small populated area, but the area that he lived was actually densely populated in Idaho. Where if you just went a few blocks over is nothing but farmland. So there's a lot of area out here, but in his community, he does have quite a bit of neighbors and stuff. So there are people. It wasn't just that he was in a desolate area and boom, he was gone, similar to the Summer Wells case, as well as the Dylan Rounds case. There's a lot of people that lived in and around them. So very interesting, very interested in your thoughts about that. Michael Vaughn and Cody, both so suspicious of others. I've been on each since the day one. Fathers definitely suspect in each. Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. Good point, Connie, because a lot of people, we want to be fair. We do want to be fair. And I haven't dug into this to make this is what I truly believe happened, because I really haven't been in the area. I really haven't had to talk. I haven't had an opportunity to talk with one person that has any information about this case other than True Crime with Eve, which does work like me as a creator. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is somebody that's like a neighbor or a friend or somebody that can give me true background. We have some statements on, in interviews and things like that. Related to this case, but many of you guys know I like to ask my questions. I like to get a vibe I do interviews differently. And for me, it's saying some things to see how they will react. It's asking them very direct questions. It's asking them tough questions. And it's getting their vibe while I'm in front of them, asking these questions. That's where I get my, that's where I get the feeling of really what's going on. And I don't have that opportunity in this case. So I'm looking at this and I'm trying to be fair. There's a side that's screaming that he was abducted, and there's a side that's screaming that there's something that doesn't smell right with how he, his day. And we have to look at both of those. And it's not to upset one side or the other. It's to give the case a fair shake. For me, it's not about anybody. You, the audience, help, but I'm basing my opinion for myself, right? Just like you guys are basing your opinion for yourselves. So it's not to be, I don't have enough information to say one way or another. Is there a possibility of this child being abducted? There sure is. Is there a possibility that there's foul play related to the family environment? Yes, there is. Because at the end of the day, the last person that saw Michael Vaughn was his father. Okay. No other person saw that boy that day but him. Now, there was from my understanding, there was a neighbor that said that he walked over there. Michael walked over to her house to see if her kids could play. And she said no and sent him home. But in the same vein, that same neighbor posted on a social media post that she had confused the days, and it was actually the day before. So that causes even more, concern, because if that is true, then that would mean the only last person that saw Michael Vaughn was a family member, i.e. his father, and no one else. There would have been no other neighbors that saw him, because she was really the only one, and was the one that said that he was last sighted here. So it's always made me question, when she said he was last sighted here, was that the day before, on July 26th? Or was that truly a great last sighting for him on the 27th, July 27th, 2021? I hear that there was, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. But great question. Yeah, I just haven't seen it. So I really don't know. I really don't know. Hey, Katie, I hope you're doing well. I think Tyler is a lazy pothead parent, according to what's been said by people in and close to the family. Yeah, there's definitely something. Well, this was my thought. This is just my thought. And, I remember somebody in here also saying that Miss Daisy was going to be mad at me. Look, creators are not going to be in lockstep. We could be the best of friends and be creators and not be in lockstep with one person's opinion. And I don't think any creator out there, is going to allow another, especially if you're friendly and stuff like that. I don't know if somebody else's opinion is going to row, normal people, which I consider Miss Daisy pretty normal. I don't think she's going to be upset that, her and I may not agree on a case. And I'm pretty sure she's fine with that, as I'm fine with her if she does have opposing viewpoints. Just want to make sure that, that people know. I mean, that would be pretty bad. Like, we're ready to duke it out over our opinion. That'd be so lame. But either way, I really, I like Miss Daisy. I hope she likes me. And so I haven't watched her segments on this yet. So it sounds like she's just a nice woman. And, she tries to help. And of course, I try to help too, but I'm a little more opinionated. And I let people know my opinion, and that's okay. That's okay. It's just different personalities, and that's okay, right? So there's a lot of people that are saying, the father, he was home with his son. He was home with the baby. Apparently his dad had left, so he's at home with both these children. Now, I don't think this was uncommon for that family. I don't think it was uncommon for mom to go to work and grandpa to go and do whatever he wants to do and dad stay home with the kids, right? I don't think that it doesn't appear, I mean, I could be wrong, but it doesn't appear that that is an uncommon dynamic in this household, right? But what was his behavior like that day? The father, what would his behavior be like that day? So this is what I heard. This is what I heard. As fact, okay, this is somebody that's reported this information to law enforcement. Okay, so it's not saying that I think it's factual. I have no opinion on whether I think the statement is factual or not. It's just that the statement was provided to law enforcement, and basically the statement that was provided to law enforcement is that the stepdaughter, which is Brandy's oldest daughter, right, from a different relationship. She has 2 children from a different relationship. She's got a boy that's younger and a girl that's older. And it sounds to me like the daughter came home in and around a certain time frame. And when she came into the door, which I think was right around 4:15-ish area, between 4 and 4:15-ish area, she's walking in and Tyler's jumping out at her and trying to act like if you're playing hide and seek with your child, you wouldn't be expecting your child to walk in a front door, your small child to be walking into a front door. You would expect them to be popping out of a closet door or some other hiding spot in the house. But for him to be popping out and thinking that the stepdaughter is Cody because she's walking in the front door seems odd to me. It seems as if it was almost a staged situation. Now, I don't know if this is true. This is just a speculative point. But could that have been to throw her off as to why she didn't see Michael when she walked in the door? Oh, we're playing hide and seek, i.e. he's hiding. I always, from behind the sofa or behind the chair, something was awfully weird about that, because you wouldn't typically be thinking you're jumping out at somebody walking in a front door if you're playing hide and seek with your child inside a home. So I just found that odd. There may be a good explanation for that. I don't know what that would be. But I just thought that particular behavior for me was almost staged to explain why she didn't see him as soon as she walked in the house. Again, I could be wrong, speculative in nature, but it would explain why she didn't see Michael when she walked in. And she also told law enforcement when she came back at that 4:15, she never saw him. And then she left the house right about the time they were calling law enforcement to report Michael missing. So I found that odd that she never saw him. If he didn't disappear until 6 or 6:30, when Michael, I think the call came in at 6:21, possibly, or somewhere around that. Either way, I don't have my times very specific, so I apologize. Don't hold my feet to the fire about the times on this, guys. Don't do that, because I'm not sure. But Kira left the home at around 6:48, 6:49. And it appeared, so I'm not sure why she would have left the home if they called law enforcement. But I think she left before they called law enforcement. Let me just read this. So, because it appears that at 4:13, Brandy called Tyler's cell and may have spoken. I'm not sure. And it doesn't appear that Tyler ever called 911. It sounds like to me that it was the boss of Brandy that actually called 911. And I could be wrong because I'm going off notes that I took in a meeting. So, oh, hey, Cotton Candy Boobs. Hope everything's fine. Hope everything's going well with you. I hide on my 2-year-old granddaughter every day when daycare is over. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. So again, just some things that don't make sense. So she came in. Let's just get this right. Okay, so Kira came in at possibly 4 to 4:15ish, right? She left at 6:48, so about an hour and a half later. No, 6:40. So no, excuse me, 2.5 hours later. So she was inside that home for 2.5 hours. I want people to understand this. Approximately 2.5 hours, and never saw Monkey, never saw Michael Vaughn, according to her own statement. You know, she came in, her stepfather pops out at her, says he thought she was Michael playing hide and seek. The whole time she was there, 2.5 hours, never once saw Michael. And you're talking about somebody that they say is very vivacious, very, lively. So I can imagine how hard you've got a 5-year-old boy there, right? And he's bound. I got to think that he's loud. He's playing with trucks. He's playing with this, a normal kid. They're loud. They're obnoxious. They're running around. And so I'm thinking, again, not trying to point the fingers, just having a conversation about, possibilities and my speculation on this because of certain things that kind of make me think, yeah, there is this possibility, right? There are many possibilities that could have happened to Michael. One with the stranger. There are places where a stranger can clearly leave this area off of a main road, where he's not on a main road, or he or she could leave the area by taking these dirt roads that, and the desolate area that's just outside of the areas, the community's area. It's a farmland back there. There are paths that somebody could take that's not on a main road. And then, of course, you have the other one where, the father was the last person to see the son alive. There were some people that, when they went to an event to support the family and support Michael, they expressed that, it felt awkward in some sense, the way that Brandy and Tyler were acting when the cameras were off, as opposed to how they were acting when the cameras were on. And so, does that mean anything? That could just mean that they're grieving parents. They're having maybe a tiff back and forth. Maybe mom's mad at dad because how the heck can you let our child just wander off? What were you doing? There could be a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, right? We don't know. But what I can say is that when we start putting these pieces together, there are some things that are legitimately concerning for me about some kind of conduct, right? Does it mean anything? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I'm just saying for me, it does seem like there could be more there. Okay. And I was expressing that, one of those things is him playing that hide and seek and popping out at his stepdaughter, which could explain, why she didn't just see Michael as soon as she got home. But it's also concerning that after 2.5 hours, a little over 2.5 hours of her being at the house, she never saw Michael that entire time. And she left right before someone decided to call 911. And it almost appeared that Tyler waited until after Kira left to call his wife at work to let her know that Michael was gone. Furthermore, if you're missing a child, why would another child walk out of the house to go do their thing? Why would they not be there at home looking for that missing child? Especially since she was what's her age? 16 years old. You would think that with her being that close to being an adult, that she would be able to walk the community by herself to look for her baby brother. Why would she then, especially, obviously from the time she didn't leave at 6:30, right? 6:30 was when, according to the information we have, when the father started getting very concerned and calling neighbors and, screaming for his son and everything. So Kira's watching this go on and decides to pack a book bag and leave the house, it almost seems as if the concern didn't happen until she was out of the home. But I could be wrong. Again, this is just hearsay, because I haven't been out there. I haven't spoke to a person. I haven't looked at the first report from law enforcement yet. So what are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about this information? I mean, there is two good and legitimate possibilities that could have happened. Guys, give me just a second. I'm going to play some music. I got to just take just a quick break, and I apologize about this. I'll keep it brief.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good.
All right, guys, sorry about that. So, and then we also heard that there was something about somebody in an area that they should not have been in. Somebody actually came. There was a phone call or report, I believe, on the day that she disappeared at around 6:30 p.m. of somebody somewhere that shouldn't be, and I want to pinpoint that. So, again, we need to bring Eve, True Crime with Eve, back to kind of go over and dive into this case a little more. I definitely want to focus more on the cases and the events that were going on in this community at the time he was disappearing. I think it will start helping clear some of this stuff up. Hey, Snow, it's nice to see you. Nice to see you. Scarlett, nice to see you as well. Little Dove, hey. General Jones, uh-oh, where'd she go? I'm here. So I'm going to go ahead and back this out just a little bit. We're going to open up the phone lines, see where everybody's at today, see how you're feeling. It is Saturday. I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I just kind of feel blah today. I don't know why, but I do. I just kind of feel blah. Just not. Hi, ICU. Nice to see you. Chatty Jen, nice to see you. Did I get you guys taken care of? I think I did. I think I got all you guys in here, but I can't remember. Give me just a second. Let me check something out here. But so did you guys see who got kicked off at the Dolly Island? And that's one of the reasons why I was really late, because I've been in bed, catching up on the news and everything else. We got some other cases that we're going to be bringing out, just little fillers here and there that I'm going to be making videos on today and putting out. So don't make sure you guys set your bell to all so you don't forget to get those notifications. Give me just a second. Let me just check here. Okay, good. You're taken care of. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So long story short, but before we open the phone lines, guys, I forgot. I told you I'm pulling a dolly right now where I tell you I'm going to do something, and we've been waiting for it, and I didn't ever get to it. Hi, friend. Nice to see you. I never get to it, right? And that is the Doug, the Doug stuff. Yes, I can. You're good, Eve. You're good, Eve. We see you. It's nice to have you here. Like I've been having having some problems. Like there's, I don't know, but we got you all fixed up. You're here. Let's see. Nice to see you, Benny B. Jean Buckingham, nice to see you. Good morning. But I wanted to give you guys an update before we get into the phones about, Doug. Doug's been doing good. He's doing better. So, and we did go through his statement yesterday about how, he was supposed to go in for a second surgery. Apparently that was canceled. They want to let the main artery in the back of his heart heal. It was a very, when you read this, I'm going to go ahead and read it again because we do have some people in here that don't, that I haven't seen in here all the time. And we never even got to our language of letting go today. So we may pass that. And, when I skip things, I think everything happens for a reason. So if I miss that, there might be a reason for me missing it. I will read it privately. And if I think it's great and somebody needs to hear it, maybe I'll read it before we get started tonight at 8 p.m. So those that are just tuning in, we have a party night. This is where we all go out clubbing together. It's a stay home, no trouble, but we get in trouble and have a great time doing it online. So I hope you guys come by here. People, we don't talk about cases tonight. We don't talk about cases at all. It's all about fun. It's all about shaking the cases and shaking the work week off and doing it, and just having a great time doing it. So if it's right up your alley and that's something that you feel you would enjoy tonight, getting away from all the drama, letting your hair hang down, telling some funny stories, laughing with friends, and you are a homebody but still want to go clubbing, come to the Bullhorn Betty channel tonight at 8 p.m. and we are going to kick it off. I got to try to change up the music though, right? We've been listening to this song. I love songs though. Sometimes songs, the lyrics of the songs really drive a message. And so if you notice, all the songs on this channel are about self-improvement or building your one up or having, good, positive. Even if they have a few cuss words in it, the messaging of the song is a positive one. And that's what I like to convey. But Friday and Saturday nights, depending on when we do this, it's usually Friday nights at 8 p.m. because I think everybody's just ready to have some fun after the week. But there was a good cause last night. Cher with Listen to Voices Behind the Wall was doing a fundraiser. I hope she met her fundraising goals. I popped in there for a little bit, but as I said, I was having a really bad day yesterday, in a lot of pain, and I could only hold out for so long. But I was happy that I was able to stay up long enough to at least say hi to everybody in the chat. But I was so looking forward to it. I was ready to have some fun, and it sounds like you guys had a great time over there. So I'm sorry I got to, I missed all the fun. I really am. I'm very sorry about that. But getting to the update on Doug, for all those that have been concerned about Doug live from Northport, he's doing better. He's still not out of the woodworks yet, out of the woods yet, but he says, hello and love you update. Official details that have been asked by fans. After a heart attack and dying, Mama G and Hannah screamed for help, and a couple heard them screaming and responded. CPR performed by superhero who was only known by Doug by a hello wave in the morning. Then Northport Police and the Northport Fire Department Fire and Rescue arrived to perform life-saving efforts. Northport EMT then took me to the Northport ER. Next was a life flight with CPR to Sarasota Memorial Hospital in a Tampa General helicopter. I was intubated for life support to keep me alive for a week. Then to increase survival, they did a therapeutic hyperthermia to my body to intentionally lower my body's temperature to increase survival rate and brain function. I was in a coma for a few days, but was breathing with a machine. Once my normal brain function returned, they were able to install a stent in the back of the heart. The other surgeries, that was plural, the other surgeries have been canceled for now, waiting for my body to recover. My internal defibrillator worked with 16 shocks. I was dead a total of 36 minutes. The EMTs also used the shock paddles 4 times, over 20 IVs and blood drawn all day, every day. If you knew, fun. I might be all bruised up, but I have bruised up. I might have multiple broken ribs from CPR. I might be in severe pain. I can't function yet, waiting for the main artery to heal. I might not be out of the woods, but I'm alive. 9 lives and counting. I still have a few left. And then he goes on to say that they're still unable, even after 12 days, to respond. You know, they don't have the phones and things like that right at the moment to respond to, the people that have been reaching out to them. So for all those that, have reached out to Doug or Mama G, they have not been able to use their phone to respond back to anyone. So just know that. Also, Guidance in Life with TLC has the direct PayPal to Doug Live. There were a few people trying to scam people. This is the correct PayPal for Doug. If you would like to help at all, $2, $5, it doesn't need to, you don't need to break the bank to help, because crowdfunding is a beautiful thing. Everybody puts in a little, and it has such a big impact. So if you want to be a part of that, there's his PayPal. Please be sure to tell him hi. Tell him the coffee club is wishing him the best. So great story. I'm so happy for Doug. Many of you guys know this kind of hit a little too close to home for me, not even just with location proximity, but just the stuff around the story with Doug. And it's sad, it should never have gotten this far, and it did. And this is what I have been screaming about for months. I knew that this stuff goes on, and people, I don't know if they just don't realize this is real life. People get in trouble, people can die. I don't know what it is, but this is not a game. We are real people. We're not some kind of character in a drama script. When you try to intentionally hurt somebody, you're intentionally hurting a real person. And, I'm trying to stop the bullying on this platform, which will never happen. There's just too much of it. It's gotten out of control. But working with YouTube and everything else like that, it's helping make an impact, a positive impact in the community. And we just keep working that angle, and we'll see great things get done. Right? See great things get done. But I never want to have to cover another case like Doug Live again, right? And then I find out there is still another one. There's still another one. I came across another one. Let me pull this back real quick and see if I can find it, and I'll read it to you. It is insane. Yes, insane. I think it's this one here. Let's just see. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. It was in Michigan. And it says, a local Michigan Facebook celebrity reportedly killed on live stream after arguing with a commenter. So this guy is on a live stream, a local social media celebrity. And because somebody didn't like what they said, they hunted him down on live stream. This is the kind of stuff that I talk about. There are unstable people out here. And I think it's very concerning when there are irresponsible creators that use their audience and their base to incite harassment and violence upon others. And they do it in such a way where they can literally be on here talking about a subject, and then twist everything around to cause that anger feeling, that emotion. And anger for some people, especially people that are unstable, that are all, a few beers short of a six-pack, if you know what I mean, can really take that, and it can spiral out of control quickly. That's when I want to stop. People need to realize they are responsible for their actions and the actions that they do on their channel. that helps incite and utilize their base as a weapon. And I think that's very dangerous. I think it's very dangerous. Just my 2 cents. Benny B says, I like to discuss true crime cases. YouTube is for, I don't know if that's one or I guess you could say entertainment purposes, but I've seen a lot of evil. It's too much. At times it is. It is. There is a lot of evil. And it upsets me that people are so out for clicks, views, and stuff. I really believe that a channel will grow just from being genuine, just from doing research, just from looking into these cases, discussing them, being boots on the ground and things. I think channels grow organically just from being real, and it's not going without mistakes. I mean, we all interpret things differently and then find out it was a different interpretation, and things of that nature. And some of our speculation, when we get some information, could be way off as well. But for the main purpose, we're trying to tell a story. We're trying to get a name out there. And to think that, something we say or do is going to cause harm to us because somebody doesn't like it. It's like you would think the normal process would be just to change channels and not listen to that creator anymore. But it's not. It's because they don't like it. They want to harass that creator because it doesn't fall in line with them. What does it matter? I mean, if the shoe was turned and somebody did that to them, they would be screaming bloody murder. So I just think people just need to relax. They need to quit bullying. And that means everybody. You can't complain about the bullying that goes on YouTube and then do it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Also last night, there was a gal that voted for Bullhorn Betty. She voted for Bullhorn Betty. We're going to talk about her a little bit because clearly she doesn't watch the channel too well, because the reason why she was voting me off is because she said, oh, Bullhorn Betty was coming out here to expose that con PI, and then just says, oh, I'm not going to talk about him anymore. I never said that. I said, I'm working behind the scenes, and we've talked about him every single day. We've talked about him every single day on every single live. We give a little bit of segment to him because I'm doing work behind the scenes, but I'm not going to hijack my whole channel for this con PI, because that's giving him a platform to use for just, suck clients, these victims. So I've been doing a lot of research. I'm not going to go into it, but there's going to be some videos that come out about this guy that I've already been working on, right? But she's like, well, she was going to expose him, and then she just says, I'm not going to talk about him anymore. Well, if you would have watched the videos, I have already exposed him. I've already exposed his scam. I exposed his con. I showed you how it was done. And now his victims are coming out on other channels. So I did my job publicly. Now it's to make sure that he is exposed to the officials in the counties. And I don't understand how I have to go on that every single day. And I also said, because I know they obviously listen, right? But he is a scam. And I don't want to tell the plot, like what he does just yet. But I've even got that pinned down. And so I'm going to create a video. And I think this video is really going to drive home the con. It really is going to drive home the con. And it's going to be all him. It's going to be all him. And he's going to expose himself. So I'm going to be working on that and preparing that. I found out that my appointment wasn't Thursday. It was actually on July 28th, Thursday. So I'm kind of like, so I've got to wait, but it gives me more time to prepare the file against him to take to the state of Florida. So to the person that voted me off, one, I exceeded my expectations because I did expose him. I made 3 videos about him exposing the con. And since then, there's been about 5 or 6 victims that have went on other channels to say exactly what I said. So not only did I expose them, I brought out and helped bring out and draw out more of his victims. So if that's the reason why you were voting me off the island, was to advocate for the victims of his, then I'm happy that I got your vote. Just thought I'd throw it out there. So anyways, so this on this particular one in Michigan, it said 3 people have been arrested for allegedly shooting a local celebrity during a Facebook live stream. That would have had to have been horrific. That had to have been horrific for everybody watching. I just, that's sad. That's sad. Tuesday, June 28th. This just happened, folks. This just happened, June 28th, right? June 28th at around 11 a.m. Deputies responded to the 1000 block of Ash to report shots fired. And they found Terrell Smith there with multiple wounds. The shooting allegedly occurred after an argument with a commenter about his hometown. Terrell was reportedly known for his brutally honest live stream called Rel's Corner. So, again, this is, this stuff is serious. This stuff can go too far, right? This is not a game. This is not sink that battleship. This is not where you just get up off the ground and walk away, or have 4 or 5 different lives when one of them's, before your game's over. I mean, it's game over. Like, people need to get it. Stuff is dangerous. You got to protect yourself. And remember, it used to upset me because I don't like going live in certain areas where I feel vulnerable and I feel that people are, could hurt me. And that was the big problem, is because when we were going to Rogersville to cover Summer Wells, we had a lot of hate because we were getting involved with a case, right? It was misplaced hate. Like, people were saying that we were going to go out here and do this, do that, which none of that happened, right? That wasn't even and when we did our second trip, we let people know what we were going out there for the second trip for. But the first time was just a fact-finding mission that got blown out of proportion because people decided to incite their base. And it put us in jeopardy the whole time we were there. So much so, we had people outside of our Airbnb in January taking photos of us at the dining table. To me, that's going too far. So anyways, the phone lines are open. I think the phone lines are open. Sorry, the phone lines are not open. Phone lines are now open. If you guys would like to call in and tell me what you think. Tell me about, Jodi Sue. Tell me about, help me with my maps for Cody Bigsby and Michael Vaughn. I want to, get the maps done. Again, I want to bring True Crime with Eve back on in the next week so we can dive deeper into the Michael Vaughn case. And I know you're still here, Eve. I also want to have another meeting with you. I want to have another meeting with you before that meeting. Last time we had the meeting and then I met with you later. I want to have a meeting with you and then go live about some things. Bren Bullhorn, you did great up there. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wow, yes, that's going too far. Yeah. So this is not uncommon. Doug's not the first. Thank God he's going, hopefully, knock on wood, is going to walk away from this and he will have a full recovery. We pray to God that that's the case. This guy in Michigan is not that lucky. This is happening all over the country and we are just now getting word of it. And it is because of these bully channels. And it's because you're inciting these unstable people and you're sending them over to other channels and you're causing a disruption and a argument. And then that disruption and argument spreads over to the real streets. And next thing you know, somebody's fighting for their life. This is not, I'm sorry. Nobody on YouTube gets paid enough for that nonsense. So knock it off. Just knock it off, right? Phone lines are open, folks. How's the likes doing this morning? FBI. I've got proof. Great crazy nurse in messages. Hold on. Let me get up here. This is Betty.
Hey, good morning, Betty.
Good morning. Who am I speaking with?
This is Tonina from California.
Hey, Tonina from California.
I have got an interesting thought concerning Jodi Sue. There's been stuff mentioned about how she keeps her dog chained up.
Mm-hmm.
That's because, in my opinion, her dog may be aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Well, hold on. Let me just stop you right there. Chaining a dog that's not aggressive would make a dog aggressive. So if the dog's already on the chain, I can definitely say that the dog is probably aggressive.
Now, here's the thing. She says her dog is a mastiff. He is, but he is also a carne corso. And those type of dogs can be very loving and very protective over their family, but other people. Now, Jodi Sue said she heard a scream like a creature or whatever, and that they checked it out. Well, what if somebody or some little person went into the yard and the dog injures them and they take care of the problem? Because Candus says she didn't hear the scream.
Mm-hmm.
Jodi Sue just heard it. It's just a thought, in my opinion.
Yeah. But even if, well, let's talk about a couple different things. So the Jodi Sue, now we've talked to many people in that area. I mean, just period. We've just talked to a lot of people. And one thing that they've always said is that the sound travels. So I'm still a little confused how Jodi Sue can hear a scream on one side of that road, but it wasn't, no other neighbor in and around that area ever heard it. That's what's concerning, especially when Richard, which lives much further down on Ben Hill, not even adjoined or abutted to the Wells property, could hear Candus and the boys calling for Summer all the way where he was. I find it awfully strange, just my opinion, that Jodi Sue, her son, and her daughter were the only ones that heard the scream.
Right, and it may not have been a real loud scream. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is the dog did hit on Jodi Sue's feet.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fact. So therefore, Summer's scent had to have been on Jodi Sue's feet. Why, when, where, how, we don't know. But washing the feet off would not stop a tracker because they will smell underwater. And I just wanted to bring that up because there's something about her dog that disturbs me because she don't talk about her dog anymore. Mm-hmm. Her ex don't talk about the dog. Where's the dog?
Mm-hmm. And did you watch my my show on the scent and tracking dogs? Did you know that they can, if the wind changes, like over time, like say if a child was on in an area 4 hours previously, those scent dogs may track that scent in a completely different direction due to the wind change.
Yes. And here's one more thing about these tracking dogs I haven't heard people mention, that if someone gets into a car, that the scent for a short time will be going out the windows of the car. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've heard of dogs running in the direction or following the direction in the car. So they can, if it's a good dog, they can pick up a lot. I'm not a dog expert. It's just documentaries I've watched on search dogs.
Yeah, I agree. Something definitely doesn't sound right over there, but I still just, I know that Cher thinks that, she might have a little more to do with it. And it does make sense. Like when you kind of look at everything that she might have more to do with it. I'm just not quite, I'm not quite there yet.
If she didn't have anything to do with it, she's aware of it because she was aware of all kinds of things. Mm-hmm. She's guilty by guilty knowledge, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And also, it's not just Candus, Dawn, and the grandmother there's way more involved.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I think that's what it is because,
out,
at the end of the day, I always keep looking at the parents because it's like, you look at the parents and you're thinking like, no matter how many people, if we can't say it's this person or that person or that person, because it still will never explain your actions at the time that your daughter disappeared, during the time your daughter disappeared, after the time your daughter disappeared, throughout the research or throughout the investigation. None of your behavior adds up to that of parents that are grieving and that have nothing to do with the disappearance of their daughter. Now, could Jodi Sue be
100%? The parents know everything.
Yeah, but could Jodi Sue be one of those, accessory after the fact type of people? Maybe, maybe that's where the complicit, the being complicit comes in at. Maybe that's the vibe Cher's feeding off of, is because maybe she's involved. Maybe she's not actually involved, but maybe she's just involved. And maybe that's why she's feeling that vibe from her. I haven't.
One more thing. When she did the video about, I'm going out to the woods, take a shower, don't wear no perfume, and meet me out there.
Yeah.
Now, maybe no perfume is because somebody could sense somebody's coming. But what does that say? There's other elements in the area.
Yeah.
Is she meeting them for some kind of a ritual? We don't know. But you know what? There's a lot of dark evil out there, and that's.
But it also could be if they say she wanted to go hunting. That is the backwoods. Girls carry rifles. That perfume could like if you
I don't think she was going hunting though.
Mm.
I don't think it was hunting that she was doing.
Mm.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Anyway, thank you for answering my call.
Absolutely. Call back again.
You. Take care.
You too.
We
God
love
bless. Thanks. Bye. So, Jodi Sue, right? She involved. Is that why she's lying so much? To try to throw people off the track. Is that what Jodi Sue's doing? Isn't that what she used to say? We need to throw people off the track, right? Is that what she's doing? Is that what all this nonsense is about? That she's involved, that she's just throwing everybody off the scent so they don't realize how deep she's in it. Cher, you might be right. Right? I don't know. MGL thinks, Brian Laundrie's still alive. I don't. Right? She might be right. I don't know. I smelled that. We ain't going there. In my opinion, it was one or both parents. All this extra stuff is just digging up people's personal lives because the situation. I want justice for Summer Moon, Utah Wells. Absolutely. Couldn't say it better myself, Benny. Couldn't say it better myself. So I could never listen to her on panel or her channel. I did hear her talk about fresh babies. This woman's whacked. I'm surprised. But you know what? And I was going to come earlier because I saw she was the only channel that I, subscribed to that was live this morning. I'm like, man, people are being tortured right now if all they've got to listen to is Jodi Sue Brown. And even with her being the only one in true crime that was running this morning before Ernie got on was 112 people. You're the only one running, and you only she must be losing. And I don't like teasing people for losing subscribers, but I don't know if she has or people aren't watching her or whatever. I'm not that invested, nor am I paying attention that much. But I can tell you that if that is the case, she did it to herself. She should have stopped. She should have just been, authentic. But I think at the end of the day, she's just a nasty person. I think she's been a nasty person on that hill. I think she's a wannabe thug. She's a wannabe enforcer. She's a wannabe. I just don't take her seriously. She's not a female that I could probably ever respect. You got to respect yourself before you can expect other people to respect you. And I just don't see that. I just don't see that with her. So this is Betty.
Hi, Betty. Tammy Keith.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I am. I've been thinking for a while about Summer Wells, and I have a feeling that Andy and Jodi Sue supplied the meth that was used to drug her so that she could be sexually assaulted.
Well, I would
And
think
that it was
sedated,
Ronnie that killed her.
not the other substance, because the other substance to me would have wired her up and made her bounce off the walls and stuff like that. But from what I'm hearing, from what Jodi Sue Brown says, is that it was a sedative, which would not be the substance you just brought up. It wouldn't have been that. It would have just been a sedative. It's probably been a pill or something of that nature.
There was a creator online that was doing a story about the little girl. I think she's still missing, and her parents are in jail for her disappearance.
Harmony Montgomery?
I think that's it. And the other two kids were tested, and they found meth in their hair. And somebody was asking why they would do that, give meth to children. And apparently, meth sedates children. It does just the opposite of adults. And the orange crush bottle just bothers me. So I was thinking maybe it was a Jodi shake and bake. And that's why Hunter didn't notice the bottle. It was done after they dropped Hunter off. Somewhere they stopped and changed her clothes and gave her the orange drink. And because I just have a feeling all four of them are entangled in it together.
Yeah. But you know what? I think, but this is my problem. You know, there was a $74,000 or $76,000 reward for Summer Wells. Where's my board? I don't remember exactly what it was. That was enough to change somebody's life. And as vindictive and as money hungry as Jodi Sue Brown is, I would think if she had one stitch of information relevant to this case, or anybody in that area relevant to this case, they would have come forward just to get that money. Now, with that being said, that's what almost makes me believe that Don Wells and Candus Bly kept this all in-house, because I would think somebody would have wanted, because I don't see Jodi Sue Brown keeping her mouth shut. You cross her, she's going to tell everybody everything, right? I would never trust her. I would never, even if she was my best, I would never trust her with my secrets, because it's only one fight away and your stuff's all over the streets.
Yeah, that's true. She didn't take long turning on Andy.
Right. So that's what, I try to look at this, and I try to just to think, try to play the tape through. And that's kind of why I just keep thinking that nobody else other than the three on the top of that mountain know what happened to this little girl. But again, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. There could be a lot of hands in this. There could be a lot more than we could ever imagine associated with this case. I mean, I only know what I know. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know. But based upon what I do know, it's pointing directly at, three people.
Candus and Don.
And Grandis.
Yeah, but I have no doubt that they were involved somehow, because there's just no way they weren't.
Yeah.
Those three know something and have done something.
And this has happened before too. I mean, we can't overlook the fact that another family member disappeared from their lives and was never seen again. So it's not like, it's almost like they've got experience in this.
I know how to make them disappear and not be found.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I got through to you today, because I never even thought about it that way.
Yeah. That's just, that's just how I kind of view the situation. But, again.
It sure did screw them over the fundraiser they raised to make those billboards or whatever. Mm-hmm. She made a good deal of money off of that scam.
Yeah, and that's sad, because but the good news is that good people, good-hearted people stepped up to the plate and got billboards up with that little girl's face all over it. And we did get a call, what was it, just this last week, saying that there is a billboard at a certain intersection that is still up that has her face on it. So we're very thankful for that, I
just want him caught. I want him to pay
Yeah.
I don't think she's still with us anymore.
What do you think? Let me ask this, and I'm asking the whole entire audience as well, and then I'll let you go. What do you think about them not even being arrested for anything yet? Like, they haven't been arrested for child welfare violations and crimes. They haven't been, contributing to the delinquency of nothing that they have statements that these people did. Are they even caring about picking up and prosecuting?
That bothers me. And it makes me wonder why they're not arresting them if they don't have the funds in that county. Then the sheriff needs to ask the TBI to take over.
Yeah. Oh, and that brings me to another point. I didn't even think about that aspect. Is it getting to the point where they're not prosecuting because they don't have the money to do so? It's not within their budget at this point in the game?
They're not arresting for things that are arrestable.
Because it's not really, you brought up a valid point. It's not just about the arrest. I mean, they have to pay the person to set up the to put the evidence together and prepare it for trial. It costs money.
And either the sheriff is crooked or that county just doesn't have the money to make arrests and be able to house the prisoners. And that county, the sheriff has to ask the TBI before the TBI can just take it over.
Yeah.
And I just think there's something that has to happen there because Candus should not be able to just roam around and be free.
I agree.
And those kids were harmed. No matter how you look at it, all of her kids have been harmed.
Their lives have been, have just, I mean, look at her other kids, her older children, their lives completely destroyed by their parents before they ever even had an opportunity to have a life. Completely destroyed. They will probably struggle the rest of their life with substances, with, that's part of childhood trauma. People don't understand that. When you have childhood trauma, you find ways not to feel or not to see that childhood trauma. And some of the only things that allow you to bottle that pain up is substances, alcohol, other, substances, pills, drugs, you name it. It helps mask the pain. It helps us get through the day. It helps us paint on the happy face and make people think that there's nothing going on in our lives. It was those things. And it sounds to me like her kids have followed that very same path. And, I doubt they'll ever forgive each other. And, sometimes forgiveness is the key that sets you free.
Yeah. Everything that makes you forget what happened with that.
Yeah.
And be able to move on.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. God bless you and have an amazing Saturday.
You too, and I'll see you tonight probably.
You got it. Come with some funny stories. Don't come empty-handed now. We don't like people coming to the party empty-handed.
That's fun.
All right, bye.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Go ahead.
Don't bring potato salad. Don't bring the meat. Don't bring the ambrosia. Just bring some funny jokes, some funny stories. That's all that's required tonight at 8 o'clock. That's it. That's all that's required tonight at 8 o'clock is funny stories. So make sure you start thinking now, because remember the first one, Betty couldn't think of one thing. Then when you guys started talking, sharing stories, I started remembering some of my own stories, right? Because when you're caught off guard, your brain just goes, oh, nope, we're not thinking today, right? So you guys got plenty of time. Right now it is 10:33. Okay, we're not going live until 8 p.m. tonight. Your only homework, well, you got a little bit of homework. You got to research these cases so we can plot them on the map. We're going to do the map. I think we're going to do the map maybe Tuesday next week. We'll do the map Tuesday. That gives everybody enough time to read thoroughly the Cody Bigsby information as well as Michael Vaughn's information. And we want to pin the donkey on the map. I mean, seriously. I mean, all jokes set aside, we want to be able to map where certain things are and what certain events happened. So let's get those things done, and we'll get JLR got some good information from the Patterson guy about Andy. Oh, I haven't watched that yet. I need to get over to JLR's channel to watch some of the stuff. I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to watch. And yesterday I was in so much pain that I couldn't even think straight, so let alone work. But yeah, the Patterson guy, his old, Bernard's old tenant or old landlord, suing him for his money, which is awfully funny because the time that he opened his own channel up to the time that a lawsuit was filed against him for $1,900 for back. I don't know if it was. I don't know what it's for. I didn't look into it. I'm not going to speculate until I at least have some kind of idea. But no, I didn't see it. But yes, I heard about it. So good shout out good plug for JLR. Dora the Explorer, the map. Yeah. We want to kind of track these things. I think it'll be good. There's two things I think we need to start implementing when these cases come on, when we start looking into these cases. I think there's two factors that we need to start preparing on this channel, and that is the timeline, the original timeline, and we will have an interactive timeline where we start adding, so we can start seeing when changes to the timeline have happened. When somebody says, oh, this happened at this time, we put that in and we note the date that was brought up. And it gives us a really clear idea of where the issues are, discrepancies. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm trying to say, where the discrepancies are and when those discrepancies started arising. And then the map, because something like where we had so many things going on, like for a prime example would be Summer Wells, where she's in 2 different counties bouncing all over the place. And if they went down to Johnson City, 3 counties, because that's Washington, right? So where you have these 3 counties and you can pinpoint, oh, they went to the price list, they went here. We can put all that stuff in there, pin them, and we can literally take a tour of their day. And of course, I wasn't doing that at the beginning, but our next case that we start from beginning to end, we are going to start adding those things to it. We're going to definitely start adding, making sure that we have a timeline immediately and making sure that we're mapping in real time. So when we hear new information, we go and plug that right in to the timeline and to the map. And then we'll review it, periodically as we talk about the cases. So the signs and symbols and tattoos are all over everyone involved in this case. Yeah. Betty, do you see Rhonda's comment? The signs and symbols and tattoos. Yeah, I see that one. Was there another one? I'm a survivor of satanic ritual abuse. I've been trying to tell people what really happened to Summer for a year. Yeah, well, yeah, there's a lot of evil. There's a lot of evil and a lot of ugly in this world. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, seriously. So Stephanie Hammond says, and by the way, hi, Stephanie. It's nice to see you. I don't think I said hi to you this morning yet. I've been watching last night about they saw Jodi Sue move her camera to show the fireworks, and it showed a full-blown single-wide trailer living room. She has a corner of her home set up like a camper. Let's see what else we got going on here. I think that's about it. It would be easier to screenshot messages to her in Messenger. Yeah, if you guys are talking about me, yeah, if screenshots are better, you can send it to bullhornbetty@gmail.com, or you can go over and find me, but you still have to send me an email to gmail.com to let me know that you're in Messenger, because if we're not friends, it goes into a spam folder, and I very rarely look at that spam folder. So there's no way I would even know that you're writing me unless you send me a email and I open that conversation chat up, and then we can conversate through Messenger from that point forward. Many of you guys don't know, I haven't added any new people to my Facebook page because it's a private, it's my personal Facebook page. We've been talking about opening up a Facebook page for Bullhorn Betty that can be liked and followed. So that would be where I would definitely start, then I'd be probably monitoring the messenger on that as well. So we'll see how everything works out. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a tangent or anything like that. But at any rate, guys, listen, it is Saturday. I want you guys to go out and rock your Saturday out. I've got I'm still kind of, I feel better today, but I'm still not feeling 100%. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the chat early today. I apologize, but don't worry. You guys are going to get, Raving Betty. We're going to do a rave party at Club Bullhorn Betty tonight at 8 p.m. I hope everybody shows up. Again, the only requirement, right? Your ticket through that door to Club Bullhorn Betty is a funny story. You got to come with the funny stories, and you got to participate. Because how lame is the club when everybody's just standing around and not bebopping to the music? Then it gets boring. You got to have that one person that goes out on the floor and starts it off, right? It starts it off. So I want to see each and every one of you guys back tonight at 8 p.m. Get your favorite beverage, coffee, tea, alcoholic. We don't judge. We don't judge, right? We're going to get out there on the Bullhorn Betty dance floor, and we are going to shake it for at least a couple hours. Us old farts. We can go out and hang. We can go out there and party a couple hours. But then after a couple hours, our legs are hurting, our butts are hurting. Like, we're not used to going out on the dance floor shaking it, So I want to see you guys all here tonight at 8 for Club Bullhorn Betty as we party it up. We party it up here tonight at 8. All right, guys, I love each and every one of you. I think you guys are beautiful, amazing people. I'm glad that each and every one of you guys are here. Yes, thank you, Anissa. Eastern Standard Time. That means we are on New York time, not California time. You guys, it's still not dark over in California when we're rocking it out at midnight. No, I'm just joking. But either way, yes, that's Eastern Standard Time. That is Florida time. I am broadcasting from Florida. So mark your time accordingly. And bring your dance shoes. Snow is saying, don't forget the dance shoes. Don't forget the dance shoes. So, guys, have a great day. God bless you. Go make it a great Saturday. And don't forget, we deal with a lot of ugly in this world, and it is free to be kind to somebody. So why don't you guys get yourself a check, from Karma, a pass, get a free pass from Karma, and go do something nice for a stranger today. You see somebody crossing the road, you help them cross that road. You know what I'm saying? They're struggling to put a bag in the back of their car. Go help them. Let's get some karma points up on the board today. We all can do it. We all can be a better version of ourselves each and every day. The lessons of life are never over. So, go make it a great day. Go make it a productive day. Go make it a relaxing day. Go make it a boat day. Go make it a pool day. But just whatever day you choose to make it, have your butt back here by 8 o'clock, okay? Or I'm grounding each and every one of you. All right, love you guys. Peace.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.